The time has come for us to get into box dye. Whether you're a hair professional and you think that box dye is the work of Satan, or you're a consumer at home and you've been using box dyes or home hair colour as I call them for years and years and you'd like more information, well, this video has it all and you might just be a little bit shocked. Hello and welcome to the world of Craig. Yes, I'm Craig and I'm a hairdresser and hair colorist with 37 years experience. And here on my channel, if you're here for the first time, hello, or if you're coming back to have another look, hello, I very much appreciate all of you. But here on my channel, we have a series of shop up videos. I've done shampoos and conditioners. I've done a TK Maxx shop up. I went to Target when I was in New York before Christmas. But this video is all about box dye. Now, before we get into the shop up part of this video where I share my thoughts on the formulations and we have a look at what's available in the chemist/drugstore, I would just like to make it very clear. And this is important because I feel very strongly about this and I don't normally get quite this serious here on my channel, but the products that you buy in the chemist/drugstore are not that dissimilar from what we use as hair professionals. But there is a huge factor in this, in that if you buy something from the chemist, you are buying a product, choosing it yourself, putting it on your hair, it comes in one package, home hair colour, that's what I call it, comes in one package and that is that. You are not getting the experience of a hair professional. You are not getting a custom formula. You are not getting the experience of going to the salon. You are not getting all of those things in that package. Does that make that product that you buy from the chemist bad? No, it does not. Does it make it very different from what you get when you go to see a hair professional? Yes, it does. If you are a hair professional watching this, then please bear in mind that a lot of people can't get to a salon, can't afford to go to a salon, have anxiety of going to a salon, have had bad experiences in a salon because perhaps, getting very emotional here, perhaps they have had an experience where somebody has dissed their box dye that they have been doing themselves. So all of those factors play into this, and I want to make that very clear before we get into the shop up part of this video, because I'm not saying that everyone should go out and buy product from a chemist, but a lot of them are very good. And that's a great point for us to get into this. We're here at L'Oreal Excellence. Now, very interesting, like the marketing of this is amazing. That would bug me if I was working for L'Oreal, but I don't work for L'Oreal and obviously this is not sponsored because my opinions are my own and they might not like those. Complexion flattering colour, 92% agree they found their shade. It's got nothing to do with whether it's a good product or not. Universal nudes, I just think that the boxes, the cartons for these are absolutely gorgeous. Whoever does the hair for these before they're all retouched, it's just beautiful. What is worth mentioning in here, it says it's ammonia free, which it is ammonia free. I'm not sure what a no ammonia colouring ritual is. Obviously it's got a conditioning cream in it because they all have. Oh, it's got a pH shampoo and a nourishing mask. What are these? £12.10. This does contain resorcinol. Focus, eventually, there we go. It does contain resorcinol, which is a provocative ingredient that's not in a lot of permanent hair colour anymore, that we use, professional hair colour, sorry, I was meant to say. This, like a lot of hair colour, uses iron oxides and titanium dioxide in order to deposit the colour. That's the actual kind of dye molecules, if you like. And then it's got lots and lots of conditioning ingredients. It's got propylene glycol, which is kind of the body of the colour. That's what delivers the product. It's the base of the colour. It's got silica in here, some dimethyl ciliate, which also makes the hair very soft and silky. Hydrogen peroxide in the developer. So, you know, and then it has this pH shampoo and this nourishing mask. Resorcinol, I mean, I don't really know enough about it to be honest, but I have read a few things that say it's quite a controversial ingredient. Do your own Googling. But I will say that the marketing of these is incredible, absolutely incredible. If you look at them all, they're just gorgeous. I'm drawn to them. But just because something, again, says it has no ammonia, also they provide grey coverage, no ammonia doesn't mean that it's natural, and it has got this hair colorants can cause allergic reactions right on the top there, which is good. Always do a patch test. Always, 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 all she's going to fall. Always, 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 before you use anything that's a demi colour or a permanent colour and you're new to the product. Always. Here we are in Schwarzkopf, and this is very powerful, up to 90% less hair breakage. And then there's an asterisk. And what does the asterisk say? Instrumental test with and without mask. So there'll be a mask inside of this, and it's interesting that they're really pushing the oil on this, the Oleo Intense. So this has a conditioning sachet in there, and that's the thing they're saying helps breakage. So it's not the fact that your hair's going to go through a chemical process, it's more the conditioner that's included in the box. Can we just very briefly say, is this a wig? That hairline's got quite a hard front on it. Again, Schwarzkopf, massive brand, huge great research and development, but be aware of things like this asterisk. Schwarzkopf is owned by Henkel, which is a huge brand, and they put massive amounts of money into their research and development, but be aware of asterisks like that. Okay, let's get into casting. This is an interesting one. Do you use Garnier Nutrisse, the old dye colour? Well, this is very, very similar to that product. I'm not going to tell you how I know that it is very similar, but it is very similar. During lockdown, 2 for £15. During lockdown, this is the product I was recommending to clients when they were messaging me. It was out of stock a lot online. I have to say, it's a really great product. I really, really like it. It's a demi-permanent colour. It's a long-lasting demi-permanent colour, and this is ammonia-free. 3 times glossier shimmering colour, 3 times silkier manageable hair, optimal grey coverage. So it's 20 minutes, up to 28 shampoos. It contains a bottom mask, focus, with nourishing honey. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? I do actually really like this product. Oh, come on, focus camera. Let's put it down and see if I can. There we go. I will say, it's like running the gamut filming these videos. There's so many different factors to be out filming this. So it's your hair, but better. So if you're dark blonde, that's the result you're going to get. If you're light brown, or if you're brown, it's your hair, but better. Where are the ingredients on here? Developer contains hydrogen peroxide, where the gloves supplied in the box. You should always, always, always wear gloves, and you should always follow this kind of information, the guidelines obviously, for optimum results. Grey coverage up to 50% grey coverage. There we have the ingredients on the bottom here. So if they're going to focus, are they going to focus? Let's tap the screen and see, there we go. So let's have a little look. Yeah, I mean, these ingredients on here are very similar to things that you will use in the salon. Like I've already said, there will be more fragrance in this. Salicylic acid in the conditioner, sunflower seed oil, honey. Honey doesn't do anything to the hair. There's that parky butter again, sheer butter. So, this mask is super conditioning and super smoothing, but this is very similar to a lot of the demi-permanent colours you have in the salon. And if you're using this at home, already, as you know, your box dye, home colorant, I'm sure you're getting a really great result from it, because it is a brilliant product. Surprise, surprise. Oh, there'll be people that aren't happy about that. This is no shade. And like I've already said, I'm stood here amongst all of these home hair colours, but I do find it a little odd that Josh Wood has his own line of colour. He has a salon in, is it Notting Hill? I've had many friends that have worked there over the years. I've never met Josh. We've been in the same room, but I've never been introduced to him. But he has his own, I love the packaging, and the packaging and everything is just gorgeous. That's the shade obviously on the top there, very clever, 3.0. So this is mimicking like professional colour obviously, as most of these colours do. They have, there's a John Frieda colour, I didn't even know they did colour. 7G, dark golden blonde. If you're not a colorist, if you're at home, then hair colors have like an international numbering system. So, they have, this is the level and this is the shade, and most color is the same. So to make it easy for you to choose, just shuffling out the way of people. So, covers 100% of the grain, matches your natural hair color, conditions and adds shines, ammonia free.
and it basically shows you like examples of the results on here. Oh, we've got big. Let's have a look. Contains hydrogen peroxide, protective barrier cream. Ingredients are teeny weeny, itsy bitsy on the bottom. Yeah, I mean it's got some lovely ingredients in there as well, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a nice formulation from what I can see. I just think it's a bit strange that he's a salon owner and he's got his own. Anyway, who am I to know? I have used this root touch-up thing. One of my clients had one. Really liked that. Thought it was nice. Perhaps a tiny bit wet, but yeah, I mean, I just find it a bit confusing myself. But no shade to Josh. So Bleach London, something you've probably seen on your socials or around. This is Alex Brownsell's line. She has salons in London. You know, I've used some of these before on shoots and things when we didn't have what we needed and we've run out of bought these, and I think they're really great. I think some of them are very pigmented and quite tricky with a fade out, but then they're great. It's a great line of, they're all basically direct dyes. These are all shampoos. I think, oh no, that's super cool. These are all direct dye colours. I know I don't know if they still do, but they used to have shampoos. So there's a range of different direct dyes. Instant coffee, I love the packaging. Super cool pearlescent, there we go. Proper copper, green juice, they're really fun. Their Instagram is great actually when they post on their stories. I haven't seen them on my feed for a long time. So they have some lavender grey toner here, pearlescent toner. Obviously the canvas that you're going to put these onto needs to be very clean and very light to get this sort of result. Alex Brownsell is a session stylist as well, so that's why these images are all so fantastic. I'm sure she has an awful lot to do with the imagery and the packaging. Now, let's just talk very briefly. This will be mentioned time and time again on here, on this video. They have two different bleach kits. Total bleach, one application. You know, I mean, these are beautiful, but it's going to be very tricky to get your hair like this at home on your own. And this is their low and slow bleach, which I've seen recently. Low peroxide clay bleach for less compromise on condition and curl pattern. I think it's brilliant this product exists, but again, these results have been done by professionals and they've taken their time. I'd quite like to know if that is just one application. I hope it is, I'm sure it is. Quite good images here, you know, they're being very honest about the kind of results that you can get, which is great because bleach has a very young demographic, so it's good that they're giving them the information. Now this is a high lift tint, no bleach packet that it looks like someone's tried to open. Tut, tut, tut. Now, achieve a lighter, brighter blonde with our no bleach high lift tint kit. So this is a persulfate-free bleach alternative. So basically it's a high lift tint. It doesn't say what level of peroxide is in here. I would quite like to know. Of course, it does say do a sensitivity test, which is really important if you're going to use any. So step 1 lift, step 2 tone, colour. So if this is high lift tint, it will still have quite a high ammonia content. Obviously it's not bleach, but it does have a high ammonia content, and I wonder what the level of peroxide is. You know me and high lift tint, absolutely no chance. I think high lift tint is just a, yeah, it's like pushing a rock up a cliff. No thanks. But I'm sure the formulation is good. Nutrisse, another Garnier brand. Now, as you are obviously already aware watching this video, L'Oreal does have a huge portion, there's another Garnier one here as well, has a huge portion of, I think that's their, oh no, that is a permanent colour. Sorry, I digress. They have a huge portion of the home hair colour market. Now, Nutrisse, this Nutrisse Ultra Cream, deep, nourishing, permanent colour, up to 100% go coverage. This is allegedly, to my research, the most popular home hair colour. It's interesting that oh, it's pretty stocked, but there's a few missing. Old Willoughby Holly Willoughby is obviously the spokesperson for it. Controversial yet bold. I'm never crazy about the actual colour of her hair whenever I've seen her on television. I think she actually does use the product, but you know, again, 5 oils restoring conditioner. So this is a silicone-free conditioner. Focus. What have we got in here? One applicator bottle. Oh, let's put it down and see if we can focus. Come on. There we go. I was just tapping the product then. What am I doing? So applicator bottle of developer cream, a tube of colorant, an after color conditioner, and a user guide. So it's a 3-step process, but I reckon, let's have a look at those. Yeah. So basically they're talking about, when they talk about how it's good for breakage and it makes the hair soft, they're talking about the conditioner, because there's those little asterisks down here as well. So, you know, we've got to be aware of these things, but it is, I'm sure the formula is great, and I'm sure it's focused. I'm sure it's very similar to, you know, some of the things that we have in salon. I must say, I do love this packaging, and I think it's great that, you know, go L'Oreal, we're getting a little bit more diverse. Well, we're getting more diverse. You know, they're ultra bleach, 8 levels of lightning bleach, ammonia free. Ammonia free? How is that ammonia free? It's got an anti-yellow conditioner, so it's got a blue conditioner in there, which you're probably going to need if you use this at home, because you ain't going to be that blonde, pardon me. You know, again, very misleading, and I'd be very wary of anything that promises that sort of lift at home, doing it yourself, like I've said many, many times in this video. D+++ Platinum Bleach Maximum Lightener. Anti-brass effect, ultra silky, shiny hair, nourished hair, better blonde, vegan formula. You know, it's not hard to make a vegan hair colour, to be honest. Vegan hair colours have been around forever because a lot of them are vegan. Let's have a look. We've got the anti-yellow conditioner, the instruction booklet, the sachet of bleaching powder, bleaching cream, applicator bottle of developer cream. So this is basically a 3-phase lightener. You've got the developer, the bleaching cream, and the bleaching powder. Are the ingredients? Yes, they are. They're on the bottom. Hold on, bear with me. Can we get it to focus? So let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, it's got, the bleaching cream's got a lot of natural ingredients in it, a lot of natural extracts, avocado oil, fragrances up there. The anti-yellow conditioner, let's have a look. It's got a dimethicone in it, so that's going to make your hair, it's going to make your hair feel very, there we go, feel very smooth and silky. What's this using? The bleaching cream. Yeah, so it's using a form of ammonia. It's not using ammonia, but it's using something that does the same thing. So yeah, I mean, not awful, but again, it's going to be very tricky to get that kind of result yourself on virgin hair. Oh, hello, I'm wrecking the place. On virgin hair that is darker than a level kind of 7, really? Yeah. 2 for 12. Or £8.80. I mean, it's amazing how cheap, you know, these products are. Blimey. Now, these are something I'm actually on the floor. Love that, the glamour. Now, these are something I'm asked about often. These root touch-ups, they take 10 minutes to take. So, extend the life of your colour in just 10 minutes, 100% grey coverage. I'm sure they're great. The formulations are great. I've had a quick look. They're quite basic, the formulations on these. Clairol, huge, huge, huge hair colour market, massive. But in order for something to take in 10 minutes, it's got to have quite a lot of ammonia in it, or a lot of an ammonia-like substance in order to disrupt the cuticle enough in order to get into the cortex of the hair. So whilst I don't think these are bad, I don't think any of this stuff in here is bad. I just think it's how it's used, and we'll get into that more at the later, more later, but at the end of the video. But whilst I don't think they're bad, you know, using this repeatedly and overlapping it with that level of energy, if you like, might over time make your hair damaged. These images, can we just talk very briefly about these? They're all so retouched, aren't they? I mean, tell me if you think I'm wrong, but that almost looks quite green. I mean, she is gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. But they're all like kind of gold but flat. Kind of strange, huh? But I mean, look at them all. Not, also slightly disturbing, and it's not very diverse, is it, Clairol? I mean, kind of all versions of the same human being. You know, there's a little bit of diversity on the ends there, but yeah. But that's a very strange shade. Not bad, but one of those things, if you use it lots of times over time, and I'm not sure how much product's in there, but it doesn't feel like there's very much at all. So, you know, only literally just to do the root, I'm guessing. My beady eye has just spotted down here on the floor. We're not talking perms today, but Boots does a perfect perm for normal hair, curls in 25 minutes. I mean, I love that. Leave me a comment down below if you still perm hair. I do. Yeah, because I started hairdressing in 1989. But yeah, I love a perm. But big up to Boots for having one perm kit. A quick word on these live colour, these Schwarzkopf products. Again, like I've mentioned before, great R&D, But this is saying, so this is 2-in-1 lightening and colour, okay? So this is effectively a high lift tint with a lot of pigment in it and turns box around. And this is giving you an example of what you might get. So if you're dark blonde, let's put it down, hold on. So if you're dark blonde, then you will get this kind of colour result. If you're light brown to medium brown, you get this, and then if you're dark brown, you get that. They all look very similar to me, and obviously they put that shine, that light shine on there as well, which is very misleading. I know without even looking at these, if I put that down, if I can get this to focus, yes we can. Ammonium hydroxide. Oh, come on, focus for me. It's been a long day. Ammonium hydroxide. So that is the ammonia in these. Very high on the ingredients list, but you would expect that from something that's going to give you all of that lift. So this is if you think about it like a high lift tint that has a pigment of that purple in it. It's got some other ingredients like apricot kernel oil in there, lots of fragrance. That's quite high up the ingredients list. So if you're allergic to fragrance, sensitive to fragrance, that could be a problem. But the other thing, when you're using this much ammonia to lift the hair and deposit this sort of tone, gorgeous, this sort of tone, it's going to fade very quickly. Oh yeah, we're up to 3 levels of lift, it says on there. I personally would suggest lifting your hair with lightener, you know, with bleaching the hair first, and then using semi-permanent or demi-permanent colours, because the results from this are going to fade very, very quickly because there is a massive energy exchange to get you to this shade all in one go. Sometimes it's a 2-step process, and it just has to be a 2-step process. Yeah. Okay, that's it, I'm done. I have been dodging speakers, human beings, now for the last couple of hours. It's time to go home and share my kind of thoughts with you. I've been keeping it very sort of straight up and telling you about the products and my thoughts about the marketing and about what's in some of them, etc., etc. But come home with me and I'm going to share my final thoughts.
Hello, I'm back. Yes, it's me, Craig. Slightly less serious than the intro to this video, but I had to make that point. Now, you've seen the shop up, which was packed full of information. I'm not a chemist, I am a hairdresser and a hair colorist, but I have worked in R&D with some brands, helping them to develop hair color. So I do know a little bit about, well, you've already seen because we've just been through the shop up. I would just like to reiterate at this point, before I say goodbye, of course, I mentioned earlier on, there is a playlist here on my channel that's all about shop ups. I will link that down below. But I would just like to reiterate that please don't demonize things. You know, if you're a hair professionals are wonderful people. You know, I have the most joyous experiences educating people in person on hair color. And you're an amazing bunch of people. You know, we get to be so creative and we get to make people feel great. And that's what this is all about, making people feel good. So please, if you're a hair pro and you've kind of waded into a lot of the myths that you see, because there's always going to be myths when there's creative people or professional people. If you've waded into those, please educate yourself and please check out what's out there and, you know, have a little bit of a look about what people might be using to colour their hair at home. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the shop up, but it might surprise you to know that 70% of colour is done at home by consumers themselves. Hello, consumers. So let's not make them feel bad. And if you have a client that comes to you for the first time and they've been using, you know, home hair colour and their hair is super dark and needs a colour change, what you might call a colour correction, then educate yourself on how to go about giving your clients the best result, regardless of what their hair history is. Obviously understand their hair history, but don't make them feel bad. And if you're a consumer at home and you want to colour your own hair, or you've been colouring your own hair, getting emotional again, then I really hope that this video has helped. I appreciate everybody that comes here to my channel. Whether you are a consumer or a hair professional, you are all welcome. And to reiterate that point again, that what you buy in a chemist, supermarket, drugstore, online doesn't replace a hair professional. It never will. Thank goodness, because I love my time with my clients, but I love all of you as well. And it's important that we don't make people feel bad and that we help people feel good ultimately. With all of that said, if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, then please give it a like. You know exactly what to do if all of that stuff is you. You all take lots of care and I'll see you all in the next one.